this lesson, I'm not only going to show you how to play Revelation Song, but I'm also going to reveal the secret to why these 4 simple chords are actually chosen very much on purpose to keep your ear interested throughout the entire song. Normally, if you just pick 4 simple chords, it would get old really quickly. So there's a secret here in songwriting that once you understand it will help you understand what's happening as you hear the song unfold and why these chords were chosen in the order that they were chosen. So first let's talk about the chords and how to play the song, and then we'll talk about what's behind the music. So it's just D to A minor to C. You can also play a C2 and then to G. That's it. Those are the 4 chords. Now if you want to make this as easy as possible, this could be your first song on guitar. You could give it 4 simple strums for each chord. C to G. Or you could throw a 4/4 strum in there. You could use a cadence strum. You could use a common 4/4 strum. It would sound something like this. That's it. The entire song is just those 4 chords. So what's so special about these 4 chords that most every guitar player knows? What's so special about the way that they're put together? Well, the way they're organized and put together, your ear doesn't know what key the song is in. You would think it's in the key of D because that's where you start and that's where you end. Most songs, that's the case. Your starting chord is your tonic. So D would be your tonic chord, and your other chords would kind of stray away, and then you'd end up coming back to that 1 chord. However, in this case, again, it plays with your ear. Because you're in the key of D, or you think that you're in the key of D, you have to look to the other chords to give you clues as to what key you're in, because that might not be the tonic chord or the 1 chord. Now if you just looked at the chords themselves and what chords those are, you would actually be drawn to the key of G, because the key of G has these other chords all within the chord family. So the D would be a 5 chord, your A minor would be a 2 minor chord, your C chord would be a 4 chord, and your G of course would be the tonic. But the way in which they're arranged, your ear wants to take you back to the D, the 5, instead of the 1. So your ear is telling you, no, it's not in the key of G, it's in the key of D. But the chords tell you, no, it's in the key of G, it's not in the key of D. So if I start with the progression, the 5, the 2 minor, the 4, doesn't sound like it's done yet, even though this would be the 1 or the tonic in the key of G. My ear wants to resolve it back to the D. So now, if it is in the key of D, we go down that route. We see that D is the 1. Now here's a problem chord, because normally an A chord is a major chord in the key of D. Your A, or your 5, is a major. That's a common thing for a 5. However, with an A minor, it would be a 5 minor chord. Very unheard of chord. You don't see that much at all in songs. So a 5 minor chord. Your next chord is C. If you're talking about the key of D, a C would be a flat 7 chord. Now a flat 7 chord is not unheard of, but it's not exactly common either. It's not one of the 7 common chords in the D chord family. So if you only have 4 chords and 2 of them are outside of the chord family and 1 is just a really odd duck, a 5 minor into a flat 7 and then into a 4 and then back into a 1. So again, what's happening And the way the chords are structured, your ear is telling you it's in the key of D with some really weird chords, and then the chords are telling your ear, no, it's in the key of G. So what's cool about this is you have this tension back and forth of your ear doesn't know, am I supposed to be confused or pulled to this tension with this 5 minor, or is that just kind of a natural thing? No, everything's okay because I'm in the G chord family. So your head is kind of going back and forth between deciphering, is it the key of D or is it the key of G? All this subconsciously, this is all going on without you realizing it. And that's one of the cool things about music. That's the power that it has. So the effect of that is you have 4 chords that are chosen, simple chords that are common to the G chord family, which pull your ear out of the D chord family. And what that does at the end of the day is makes an interesting progression that you can repeat over and over and over. Those 4 chords, same 4 chords, the entire song. The song can build up dynamically, it can drop, there's other things to do to make the song interesting, but that's why you can get away with 4 chords for this really common, really popular song. And that's the cool thing with songwriting. When you know these numbers and know what's behind the chords themselves, you have the power to arrange them the way that you want. And these chords were chosen very much on purpose to do just that. It's also important to know that if you went and chose too many other chords beyond the 4, that's going to mess up the tension of going back and forth between the 2 chord families. So that's another reason why there's a genius behind staying with 4 chords. It's actually not an oversimplified, what is this person doing? It's actually very much on purpose, even though the chords are simple. So that's an explanation, that's a behind the scenes look, what's behind the music, what's behind, it could be your first song on guitar, and why it's very complex in the thought process of putting those chords together. Really smart in the way it's done, keeps your ear interested, and at the end of the day, it's a great song.